fun stress relief through painting and crafting and doing all kinds of fun stuff, but specifically wooden door hangers. So if you're new, welcome. Last month, anyone who sprinkled the video was entered to win this truck. I forgot to print my list so we could draw today. So we're gonna do that on Thursday. But don't think you're not eligible because I didn't do the drawing today. Everyone who entered is able to win. So Thursday, stay tuned for that. This month, anyone who sprinkles the video will be entered to win a set of my favorite triangular handled paintbrushes. So make sure you sprinkle the video. And I've got lots of fun stuff today. So our template of the month is it's the candy corn, which I have one here that I'm going to be painting the back of. The other side is already painted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be painting that. But if you order the template from the website, it's half off, so it's $2.50. Or if you order the blank from the website, it will come etched, so it'll be like paint by numbers. But I want to show you a couple more things right now that we have going on. We have a $10 workshop where you can get the template to paint this and all the instructions. And if you're new to door hangers, there's also a free quick start series that is included that answers all your questions about what wood to buy, all my favorite products, all that kind of stuff. So this workshop, at the top of the page, you'll find a link, or if you go to the website, it's like the first thing up. All right, that template is also available on the website. Now, for my virtual paint party people, all of my members, guys, this is in your vault. How cute did this turn out? So we've got a super cute little witch's hat with a spider web and the spider down here. So friends, if you are a member, this is in your vault. All right, so I think we're ready to get started. Now that I've got all that out of the way, don't forget, if you sprinkle, you'll be entered to win a set of paintbrushes. And that will go through the entire month of September. So anyone who sprinkles in September will be entered to win. All right, I'm gonna pull up a quick picture over here of the candy corn, maybe, if I can find it. Here it is. All right, now I did have some people ask me, because this template is half off this month, and this is what the template looks like, but it doesn't have the words on it, okay? Those, the words are sold separately because not everyone wants to write Happy Halloween. Some people want to write trick or treat. Annie, check out my blog. There is a ton of information on there, and I go over my favorite wood and all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting this, and I've got my egg cartons right here. I wanted to show you. So this weekend I was playing around with orange paint because orange tends to be one of those colors that like is super transparent. And so what I did was I found an orange. Oh, sorry. I found a pumpkin orange that I liked, and then I added a drop or so of this. It was a color called Scarlet. And by adding a little bit of that darker color in, I got better coverage on the first coat. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, your colors, you can pick whichever colors you want. I use acrylic paint primarily. Add a little bit of that. And friends, when I mix paint colors, I use the back of a paintbrush so that I don't have to clean the bristles. The back is so much easier to clean off. Okay, so that Scarlet took over a lot, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the regular orange. And what I'm going to work on right now is getting all of my paint colors, and then we're going to base coat the whole candy corn. And then next week, hello friends, don't forget to sprinkle so you can be entered to win. But next week we will finish this project up, and friends, let me just tell you why. Y'all want to know why? So I only open the doors to the virtual paint party twice a year. The last time we opened was in April. The next time we open is on September the 21st. So it's right around the corner. And I'm finishing this project up next week so that the following week we can do some fun projects together, because I will be live just about every day that week. I do have some fun stuff coming up that week. We're painting the Happy Everything wreath, and it's similar to the door or the front porch leaner, where you will be able to put the attachments on, but the difference is it's just a wooden wreath door hanger. I don't know if y'all remember, but back in the day, and they may still do this and I missed it, but they had Happy Everything platters, and that was kind of the inspiration behind the Happy Everything wreath. So we'll be painting that, but what we're also going to paint, which I'm super excited about, is the Just Married truck. Has anyone seen the Just Married truck? Friends, it is so cute. It has the, oh, what do you call it? The cans on the back, like coming off the back as if they were, you know, making the noise as the couple drive away. It's really cute. So anyway, that I will be painting that week, and I'm super excited about it. All right, so I'm just putting some of this orange on here, slapping it on. This is the orange I mixed. And what I'm gonna do for all three of these colors, because we have white, yellow, and orange are gonna be our background colors. All three of these, I will be adding other colors to these backgrounds to get the secondary color. So where this one is gonna have really big polka dots in the background, what I'll be doing is I'll be adding to this orange that I made, I'll be adding white so that I can get a lighter shade so that those polka dots will somewhat match, because you don't want them to be, like, you don't want the color family to be different, because there's so many different undercolors for orange, so I just don't want that to be different. All right, so I've got my orange down. Next, oh, let me get these brushes out. I changed my water right before I started, and I didn't pull my brushes. All right, so now I need yellow. Guys, yellow is another one of those colors, super transparent. Gonna add some white to it. And this is just a bright yellow. You could also add, you know, some gold to it if you wanted to, depending on what color yellow you wanted. So I'm gonna add some white. Good morning. I am fabulous, Miss Kathy. Friends, like, so much. I was gone last week. I don't know if anybody noticed. If you didn't, that's okay. Life gets crazy, but lots of crazy stuff going on. And one day I may open up and talk about it. Do I seal? No, I do not. No, I do not. No to both of those questions, Judy. You don't want to add water to your acrylic paint unless you really want to thin it out. And the only time I ever do that is with black. So I don't seal the wood before I start. So that's the answer to that question. And then, no, I do not dip my brush in water. When I clean my brush, let me bring this into I'm gonna press down, get all the paint out of my bristles. Then I'm gonna take my microfiber cloth and I'm gonna work all of that water out. And this makes it so I can grab that same brush and use it again, like right away. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my yellow. Thank you. I'm glad that you missed me, but I was sad that I missed y'all too. But yes, one day I may open up about all of the things. Today's not that day, but I appreciate all of you coming back to join me this morning. And I was really glad to get back to painting. Thank you, Miss Beth. All right, so now I'm doing yellow, and by adding a little bit of that white in, I'm getting a little bit better coverage. Now, I am going to need a double coat on just about everything on this side, just so you know, but that's okay. Friends, so I told y'all a little bit about why this is only a 2-part series. Normally I do a 3-part series, and then we have kind of a craft or some type of other something or another the last week of the month. But because this month is so different, because we are opening the virtual paint party to new members, and I've got several of you who've messaged me recently, and you've asked to join the paid group, and you've actually said in the questions that it asks you in order to approve your request. It says, y'all have actually said, I can't figure out where to sign up. That's because we're closed. But we are excited about welcoming new people in a couple weeks. So mark your calendar for September the 21st. Lots of super fun stuff that week, and I'm so excited. We have so last year in September was our first big welcome. And during that time, well, since that time, I should say, guys, we have added so much more to the virtual paint party. So there's a complete quick start series where you can, if you've never painted a door hanger before, we get you plugged in right away. There's a private group where you can share your work. You enter to win prizes every month. And we also added a basic hand lettering workshop series. And what that does is that just kind of gives you the tools to start exploring hand lettering on your own. So last month we did a project with our lettering, because it's been we kind of broke into it slowly, so I didn't expect you all to just jump into lettering right away. So what we did was we kind of did some workshops, we let you practice, and then we did a project with our skills. So some of you joined me for that last month. Some of you are still practicing, and that's totally okay. But that is in there now. So anyone who joins us in a couple weeks will get access to that right away. So it's really awesome because honestly, one of the things I've learned, hello Miss Dana, one of the things I've learned, especially in regards to lettering, but also just painting in general, is the only way you're going to get better is practicing. And I had someone message me this morning, and she was saying she wants to join in 2 weeks. And she said, but I've never painted before. I'm hoping you can teach me. Yes, Dana, you need to get well, hey Dana, you should have the workshop in your vault. Are you talking about the truck? Because all members get that truck in their vault. So you don't have to join, you just get it. But anyway, she messaged me and she said, I'm hoping that you can teach me to paint. And one of the awesome things about the membership is, friends, like, I will let you borrow my confidence in you any day of the week. Because here's what I know. I know that as women, we are very hard on ourselves. Very hard on ourselves. We are our biggest critics. We also think that, like, we can't do it. We talk down to ourselves. And I had a really good friend in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and she said something that was super profound to me one day. She said, don't talk about my friend like that. And when she said it like that, it changed the way that I thought about how I was talking to myself. Because when we think about, like, if we hear somebody talking ugly about one of our friends, we stop, right? But when we do it to ourselves, we let it keep going. And so I reached out to this girl this morning and I said, listen, like, if you need to borrow my confidence in you, because what I know is I tend to have more confidence in you than you have in you. And you probably have more in me than I have in me. You are so welcome, love. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, like I said, one day, and it may be in the confines of our private membership because it's a little bit more comfortable and I kind of know everybody better. But maybe one day I'll open up about where I went last week and all the craziness that ensued. It was kind of a life-changing experience. So anyway. All right, so I've got my candy corn, the base coats on here. What I'm gonna do, spin this around. And friends, if you didn't see, I've got my, as Miss Elizabeth Molly calls it, my Spinny Sue. And that's what I'm using to kind of go back and forth so that, 2 reasons, so that I don't mess up the paint that's on the other side, and so that I can just kind of spin it around while I talk to y'all. All right, so I have in here the orange that I mixed, I have the yellow that I mixed with some white, and then I have regular white. Well, if you heard me say, I'm gonna get the other colors by mixing with these colors. I'm gonna show you in just a few minutes how I'm gonna do that. But before I start there, I'm gonna add another quick coat of orange. And I may have to hit this with a blow dryer. So, big tip of the day, if you don't keep a blow dryer with your paint tools, I highly recommend that you do. And friends, you can even keep in your cart, you can even keep what do you call it? Shoot. What is it you plug all the things in? You can keep a plug, whatever the power strip, so that you can just whip it out, plug it in, and get going. Okay, so May wants to know what I use to make my posters. Well, to draw everything, yes, there you go. To draw everything, I use Procreate, but then I convert them into cut files. But to actually get the poster where it's printable is Block Posters. So that is how I do that. All right, so I've got this orange on here. I'm gonna do another quick coat of yellow, another quick coat of white, and then, yes, Surge Protector. There we go. So then we will hit this with the blow dryer. It's funny, the first time I ever used a blow dryer when I was painting, it was at a workshop, and I want to say it was like a paint on canvas place. And I remember thinking like, oh my goodness, how did I not think about this sooner? Like, it's such a simple concept to just get a blow dryer. But I would like sit there and wait for it to dry, or I'd try to put wet paint on, and what it would do is it would just smear and it would mix, and it was a nightmare. And I thought, gosh, that's such an easy fix, and it makes it so much quicker. Hi, Nikki. Oh, I'm having trouble reading all the way over here. I've got a friend here from Mississippi. Do you know I have a lot of family in Mississippi? We used to spend our summers, we would take a trip to Gulfport every year. It was super fun. All right. I don't know if y'all saw what I just did, but when I loaded my paintbrush before I started painting all of this, Terry, it can be, but it's something that you can learn if it's something you really want to do. So anyway, I loaded my paintbrush, I started painting. When most of the paint was gone on one side of my brush, it had gunked up on the other side, so I flipped it over and just kept painting. All right, so get all that paint out of there. Okay, and now I'm gonna do another coat of white. Hello, Chris from Georgia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Yes, have your son cut it. And girl, remember, if you haven't already done it, clamp your boards together and have him cut 3 at a time. And that way, if you're feeling generous and you want to cut some for, paint some for friends since you can't cut right now, you'll have extra to paint. And that way he only has to cut once and he'll get you 3 signs. But yes, this is a super cute, simple design. And Robin, the witch's hat, did you see it? We finished it. It's in the vault. But the witch's hat is a super cute and easy design to cut. And you could easily have him cut, 3 of those too, and make all of your friends something cute to put on their door for Halloween. And they used about the same colors, so, get a whole bunch of the same color paint and set up and paint them all at once. Last time I watched back in February. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Your comment, part of it is hidden, so I can't see everything, but I see that your mom passed away, and I'm so sorry. We've missed you, and we're glad that you're here now. And if there's something we can help you with, make sure you let us know. All right, friends, cover your ears for just a minute. I'm gonna hit this with a blow dryer so that I can keep painting. Okay, so friends, I'm still not happy with the level of coverage on this, so I'm gonna go for coat number 3. I'm happy with the orange, but I still want more yellow and more white. So I'm gonna go ahead and add more. We had our driveway redone this weekend. Guy locally did it. He did a fabulous job. But y'all know what the tar smells like, because it's just cold tar. My whole house smells like that right now. And especially for some reason my bedroom. So the last couple nights when I've gone upstairs to go to bed, I'm like, oh, it just stinks up here. And we have birds, and so you cannot use, a lot of candles and air freshener type things with birds because it'll kill them. And let's see. And so it's been hard. I'm like, oh, I don't want it to stink. Okay, Pat says she thought I did a step-by-step on how to use Procreate. So I have a workshop. It is a $10 workshop you can find on my website. That is, it talks a little bit. So what it is it's about lettering with Procreate. But when I did that workshop, I had to give you some background on how to use it. So yes, there is some basic how to get started with Procreate in that workshop. So for $10, you could kind of get the basics and then also get that lesson. So Pat, thank you for saying that, because I had forgotten that, yes, I do kind of show you the basics in that, because you kind of had to have a background in order to be able to do it. So yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't even think about that, but ooh, this is looking better. Okay, so I added some more white to my yellow. There we go. Now I'm putting this on kind of thick, and normally I want really thin coats, but because I'm not doing a lot of detail on top of this, and it's gonna dry for a while before I have to do my words, I am doing it a little bit thicker. But normally if you're gonna do, especially if you're gonna letter over the top of it, you want thin coats, and you wanna make sure they're completely dry. All right. Okay, that is so much better. All right, so some of you that saw the template said, oh, Kara, I wish it had the words. Well, friends, I sell the words. They're $2.99. And it says, Happy Halloween. Can you see that? So those are the words I will be putting on here next week. So if you want to get the Happy Halloween words and this template, it would be, what is that, $5.49. But you'll be able to use those words over and over on different stuff. They won't just be on this template. And when you get the words in that form, instead of just on this template, it's a separate image, and you're able to make those different sizes in Block Poster. So, all right, and I do have a video showing you how to do that, by the way. All right, I'm gonna start down here. I'm gonna get the same brush. Friends, I'm using the same brush, okay? I'm done with this dark orange, so I'm gonna mix right into that dark orange that I made. I'm gonna add some white, quite a bit, and then I'm gonna use the back end of a paintbrush, and I'm gonna mix. The idea is I am trying to create a tonal look for my polka dots, and I kind of want them to blend into the background, but I want there to be a background. So add some more white. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I use these little bottles quite a bit, but when it comes to white and black, I buy these big bottles because they're way more cost effective. They're $4.99 at Hobby Lobby, but you can get them for 30% off. Or you can just go in and buy one and use the 40% off coupon. So they're way more cost effective, and they're like 16-ounce bottles. All right, so I've got this light orange. Clean off the back of my brush. Over here. All right, now I'm going to load one side of my paintbrush, just one side. The other side has no paint on it. And I'm gonna start doing really big polka dots. Just so that there can be a background of some sort on here. Now when I get up here and I'm going next to the other color, I want it to look like the pattern stops. So I'm gonna grab, it's only gonna go to right there, and then I'm gonna fill in. That way it'll look like the pattern just kind of stops when it changed colors. And the way I like to kind of describe this is if you layered either scrapbook paper or fabric over, you would cut it right there. So your pattern would look like it would continue if we had kept going. Now, normally, when I do polka dots, I show you how to kind of go all the way around with the same brush to make a really good polka dot. I'm not doing that this time because these are so big. So I'm kind of eyeballing it, not getting really specific. They're not going to be perfect circles, and that's okay. But I just wanted big polka dots. Now, I don't want any globs of paint because next week I will be coming back over this with my Posca pen and my lettering. But right along the side, I want that polka dot to be crisp. All right, there we go. Okay, so there are 3 polka dots. This one looks a little bit wonky. I think I might fix it. Let me go bring it like this. There we go. Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay. Put some more paint on this one. Get that out of my brush. All right. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for putting that up. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the yellow. So I've got my polka dots. Let me show y'all what that looks like right now. I've got some just big polka dots down there. They're gonna kind of get lost in the background when we do our wording. Okay, so let me get this. I think I may switch brushes to do the polka dots because this one's spreading a lot. So I'm gonna go to another flat brush. It's just a little bit smaller, and we're gonna do our stripes next. So for this yellow, I'm gonna need to lighten it a whole lot so that we can get a contrast. So in that same yellow cup, added a lot of white. Just the back of my paintbrush. Mix. Okay. All right, so this is a much lighter yellow. And you can use whatever brush you're comfortable with, but I'm just gonna do stripes along here. So I'm gonna start at the top of this yellow section, and I'm gonna just bring it down. Now this is going to be very similar to the polka dots where it's just going to kind of get lost in the background. But I want the background to have a little bit of pattern because that makes it more interesting. All right. Now I am going to come over here and I'm going to do another partial stripe coming off the board. And then I'm going to grab this right here, bring it in, and this right here, and bring it in. All right, so all I did was I knocked down the clumps of paint that were right there on that side. Let me show y'all what that looks like. Y'all see just how there's just there's going to be a stripe pattern in the background? That's all I'm doing. I'm just adding that stripe pattern. And you don't have to be real specific about it, like the spacing between them. You're just wanting a little bit of just interest back there. Okay, third one. So I'm just gonna go all the way across like this. If you are brand new to painting, please know it's okay to stop with just the background. You don't have to add this pattern. You do not have to add this pattern. In fact, I would say, so that you can spend some time gaining confidence, just start with the blocks of color. We'll add the words next week. And then, you know, as you get better, the next time you paint a candy corn, you might add the background. But the one thing I want you to remember is this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. And the one thing I want my members to get more than anything is that stress relief and that feeling of this is fun. I just had a mental break. So I will tell y'all a story. So Saturday, I got home from a trip to Michigan and it was time to paint the virtual paint party piece. And so I did it live on Saturday and I found myself not talking much while I painted. And I thought, well, this is gonna be a really boring video. But at the same time, it was so therapeutic. It was like, oh man, after a busy week, to be able to just sit down with my paintbrush and my board and to just paint, it was so relaxing. Hello, Miss Judy. All right. Clean that up a little bit. Now, I'm going to show y'all all of my stripes are not identical. See? But I have that background. Now I'm going to add some gray, sorry, I had trouble there for a second, polka dots to the top part. So in order to do that, you can either grab your gray paint in, you know, if you already have some mixed, or you could just add a tiny drop of black to the white that we already have on here, whatever you want to do. But just so y'all know, so far, I used this scarlet color with some orange to get better coverage. So I mixed those two. I used yellow and I used white. That's all we've used so far. So now I'm using some gray, and I'm gonna do the polka dots up top. So these are just gonna be small polka dots, and I'm gonna use just a brush and kind of spin it. Whoops. To get my polka dots. When you do polka dots, you always want to do a triangular pattern. And by that I mean any 3 polka dots that are closest together would form a triangle. So this one needs to be a tad bit bigger. Let me spread that out a little bit. So I've got these 2, so I would need to put one right here. And then those 3 would make a triangle. Now this is one of those times that you either have to, if you're using the Lazy Susan underneath, you're going to have to hold your board or take it off of your Lazy Susan. How tall is the candy corn? This one is around 20 inches, but it comes in a couple different sizes. No, I did not prime the board. It comes in a couple different sizes when you download the template. All right, so to make my next triangle, that is the best tip I've heard. Painted a styrofoam pumpkin and used your technique. Oh, are you talking about this? Spinning the brush? Oh, you're talking about the triangle. Okay, so I've got these 3 that made one triangle. The dots on the white are gray. So now I'm going to do a triangle with these dots. So 1, 2, the next one would be up here. So I'm just spinning my brush. All right, and now I'm going to do one right here to make this one a triangle. Okay, friends, my Lazy Susan is getting the best of me. I'll have to go back and touch that up a little bit. So 1, 2, this one is going to be right here. It's going to be a partial. Get some paint off of my brush. And then I'm going to do one more. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a partial right here. Actually, I feel like I need a little bit right here. I'm going to do a little bit of one right there, right at the top. Okay, so now we have little polka dots at the top. And when I held that up, Ginger! Yes, the rule of thirds is, yes, that is my birds you hear in the background. We have 4. Okay, when I held that up, a lot of times you can see what you need to change by stepping back or hanging it and looking a different direction. Well, I noticed that this polka dot needed to come a little bit further in, so I'm gonna do that. The other thing that I'm gonna do while I'm right here is I'm going to touch up some of this white, because when my board being on my Lazy Susan, it spun out a little bit. So I'm just gonna touch up between some of these polka dots. And that way next week we can come back and we can add our accents and our wording, and it's gonna be all done. Let's see what time it is. Anybody know what time it is? Let's see, 11:45. So this one will take you around an hour if you add all the details to it. This is kind of where we're gonna stop today. Let me show you. We have all the background done. Let me show you what we're gonna make it look like next week. So, y'all see this? All right, so we've got our lighting is bad, but we're gonna make it look like this next week. So right now, I'll show you the difference. Okay. So adding the words. Yes, I do too. I love that fall's almost here. Adding the words, adding the accents are gonna just like really take it up a notch. And then the following week, don't forget, the following Monday, the virtual paint party opens, and it'll be open for 1 week, and then we close again until the end of April. So if you want to join us for all the fun fall projects, the winter, all of that, make sure that you are on the wait list and that you join us. Thank you, Miss Ginger. Thank y'all for sprinkling. Yes, don't forget, if you sprinkle the video, you'll be entered to win a set of my favorite paintbrushes. And Thursday, I will be back to draw the winner for the little truck from anyone who sprinkled videos in August. So I will talk to y'all later. I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye, friends.